From time to time in your career, there are these full circle moments. Oftentimes, they come when you least expect it.
It doesn't stop. You think after the show stops, I stop? That can't be the case.
As a young creative living in LA in 2016, I was lucky enough to be part of some of the biggest projects in the inaugural year of ComplexCon, working with Nike and V-Lone on their boot design and execution of the V-Lone Air Force One, and a few other behind-the-scenes projects. I got to see the true power of the show and the community as a whole. Each year, whether I planned to or not, I ended up working on different parts of the show, from consulting and connecting brands to the show, or executing my own art installation in 2019. But despite all this, I never expected to be asked to run the show one day. But when the opportunity came up, I knew I had to take it.
Feeling great, everything is looking good. Most of the booths are done. Some people are wrapping up right now. It's 10 minutes before the show. And then it's go time. But I think ComplexCon creates a good platform for some of these younger brands to be found. So, you know, you have around 20,000 people that come through here throughout the weekend or each day. And it puts some of these younger brands next to their heroes, puts them on a platform that it's hard for them to be on otherwise. So it's easy to be, you know, found amongst some of these bigger brands throughout the weekend. And you never know, you know, you can be one of the smaller brands one day and then in 2 years be one of the biggest brands on the floor.
Something about the West Coast, it makes me wanna ride. Shake it, something about the West Coast. Put your hands up, let's ride.
One of the brands that I'm most excited about is Ghetto Rodeo, kind of instilled in Mexican heritage and Latina culture in Los Angeles. But these guys came really correct, even leading up to the show. They're so excited. I actually used to work with the founder's brother years ago.
It's a tribute brand to my older brother. He passed away in 2020, and my older brother, he's the one who taught me everything I know about being Chicano. He taught me everything I know about being a man, and he taught me everything about the LA lifestyle. Even right before I started the brand, I just felt like my life kind of being guided in a certain way, and I feel like it was him helping me create this happen. So I know he's here with me at the end of the day.
So to see him kind of come up and do everything, I know his brother would be proud of him.
Everything I do is cut and sew and make through the culture, for the culture, and I strive to just like kind of be a new face and the future of streetwear for representing the brown culture.
This is one of their slogans for ComplexCon, from the hood to ComplexCon, and he even got it tattooed on his leg. To see the event mean that much, that's what it's all about. So I'm sure that they'll continue to come for years, and this is kind of what it's all about for me. People have to make a decision on which booth to go to first. If they want Denim Tears, if they want ASICs, if they want WJW, whatever they want. They kind of have to make priorities, try and get it. If you get it, then move on. So it's part of the strategy out here. Batman and Robin, back in the flesh.
Let's go. Gotta put my mask
I'm happy
on.
to see
Hold
you.
on.
Oh.
This one will be at tomorrow. Put that up there. Just be standing over there.
Bari. Always fun to see Bari. The first time I met Bari, I stayed at a place with him in Tokyo. It was both our first times in Tokyo, and our friend got us a Airbnb. It was me and Bari in the Airbnb. And I think we stayed there for like 2 weeks. We got to know each other. I worked on some stuff with him early on with V-Lone, did the booth here, helped him with graphics, things like that early on with that brand. And now obviously has endless, has worked on tons of projects throughout the years, so Bari's that guy.
Starting, baby.
This is the start of the show. We're gonna go look at his booth now, WJW. Of course, thanks for coming. Great show. This is an exhibition of Cassina and Kim Jung-gi. Kim Jung-gi is an illustrator, a fine artist, that they had been working on a shoe with. As you can see, these are some of the books that he put out over the years. Because like all the details are like the characters that are hidden in there. Like you feel like it was planned out so well, but he just freestyled it. It was crazy.
You gotta get this one.
The longest drawing by an individual in the Guinness Book of World Records. And all of his illustrations kind of just come to life as he does them. Here's some of the illustrations and kind of ideas that he went through. It's insane, all the little details of this car engine, things like that. He sadly passed away in Paris during an exhibition. He had a heart attack. This is a piece that was brought by his studio to ComplexCon. This is literally what he was working on when he passed away. That's crazy. Everything up here is so amazing and beautiful, and then you get down to this section and you can literally see where he ended, which is, it's wild. After he passed away, different illustrators, artists, Takeshi Murakami, there's a bunch of different kind of artists that he was friends with throughout the world that came together to create this collection that kind of honored him and this shoe. This collection of artists to come together and kind of just show their respect for him after he passed away it's powerful to be in here. This version right here, Christina and Adidas was kind enough to do 50 pairs of this black version for ComplexCon only. I'm super grateful to have this here and for this to be a part of the event this year. This isn't sneakers, this is artifacts. You know, like, it's amazing. Now people ask me like, what do I need to go see? And I'm like, you need to go see this. Like,
thank you so
to
much.
walk through there is powerful. I think they did a really good job with the presentation just because of the story behind it. They kind of addressed it perfectly, so I'm super happy that we got that in here. Yeah, before I took this job, I had a moment where I was sitting at home and I was thinking about like the things that I want to accomplish, like as a person, as a whole. And I had this feeling about really like trying to give back to entrepreneurs, to people like me. And I didn't know how I would do that. And a few days later, this opportunity came about. Like I got the first call being like, yo, your name has come up as potential for this job. And I just saw it as that might be the opportunity, get my hands dirty within the community of entrepreneurs and start to fulfill that dream. The community is really my favorite. I started out pretty young and met a lot of people, created a lot of relationships, and now, you know, throughout the years you see some of those friends really come up and grow as creatives. Their brands get bigger, they evolve, you know, with what they're doing. It's cool to watch each other grow. And then this year, you know, we have some brands that are really amazing, and this is the first year they're doing it. I've had the brands, I've had to develop the booths and create these concepts, go in there, put the artwork up, do the rendering. I've been on their side, and I'm excited to see kind of where they go. And you never know, you know, you can be one of the smaller brands one day, and then in 2 years be one of the biggest brands on the floor. So to work with them through that process, and then to see them come to the show and actually execute and go through the whole thing, and then to know that it was a success or hear that it was a success for them, like that means the world to me. We're heading back right now. We're about to go do my eBay live session with eBay. We're gonna auction off a few pieces of my art, a few sculptures for charity. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about eBay Topstar and what they're doing here at ComplexCon, their sponsorship of the after party, and a bunch of other good stuff.
Oh man, how you doing, bro?
How are you?
What are you doing running out of here?
I'm about to go on live.
Wait, what? Yo, what?
It all started, I was working at an agency at the time, and I was kind of frustrated with where I was, I'll say. I gave myself 1 year to find something that I wanted to do. I had a pair of my grandfather's Chuck Taylors, so I was sitting there one day and I looking at them, kind of thinking, I was like, what would my shoe be? And my shoe personally would probably be an Air Jordan 11. When it came out, it really changed kind of my trajectory. I spent some time in a trophy shop, so I was like bronze and metals, like put it on a pedestal. I started exploring kind of how to create them out of metals. I did one, so I started doing a series. A friend came over and saw them and was like, I want to interview you for a blog that I write for. He did the interview, it was for the Hundreds blog. And sure enough, it got picked up by Hypebeast and a bunch of the other outlets, and people bought them. And it started a little bit of a snowball effect over the next couple of years that led to me showing these throughout the world, which is really Yeah, it's fun. How was it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? It was cool to see?
But I went to the minion thing, so it was not.
Again? See the spider? Can I take a picture of you right here?
It's a blessing to have you here, and like ComplexCon's been a bucket list since it's begun for me, and to come here and experience not just the people, the consumers coming in and everything like that, or of the actual culture and scene, it's a blessing in itself. I mean, it's magic. That's the only word I can think of to say it. It's fantastic. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a
Appreciate it. It's
pleasure.
nice meeting you. So we just wrapped ComplexCon about an hour ago. We had that whatever hour in between the show and now, and the celebration and talking to the team and, you know, everybody cheersing. Had a few minutes to kind of calm down, and then I get the call from Woo and like get a moment to be like, damn, like we did just do that, right? We did just pull that off. One of the main things that I believe in is to be a good person, and like things will work out in your favor. You know, treat people well, create good relationships. As long as you're honest and you're hardworking and you're honorable in the things that you do, I do think that things will work out in your favor. I'm not the most talented person in the world, right? Like there are people that are way more talented, probably way more gifted at running events. But I utilize the things that I feel like I'm good at, and as long as you continue to create those relationships, those positive relationships, things do come back. Never be scared to do what you want. Never be scared to literally follow your dream. It's really a group of entrepreneurs and small businesses that are chasing their dreams and not scared to do what they want. So it's really inspiring to be here every year, and it's an honor to be in the position that I'm in right now.